Guys, I wanted to come back to you. I wanted to talk about a case that of a woman in Michigan named Jennifer Crumbley that was just found guilty of involuntary manslaughter because her son, 15-year-old boy, 2.5 years ago, or almost 2.5 years ago, went into his high school, shot and killed 4 students and injured 7.
My actions were because of what I chose to do. I could not stop myself, but I am the one who led to why we are here today. I do not diminish any ability to anyone who could have stopped me, of anyone of a school or parents. They did not know, and I did not tell them what I planned to do, so they are not at fault. I am a really bad person. I have done terrible things that no one should ever do. I have lied, been not trustworthy. I've hurt many people, and that's what I've done, and I'm not denying it, but that's not who I plan on to be.
And she was found guilty of involuntary manslaughter, even though she did not provide the gun and she had no knowledge of what her son was going to do beforehand. But because her son had mental issues, she was told that, hey, you should have known that he could have done this, that he was able to do something like this. And again, man, we have to recognize what is happening here. Again, a mother is being charged with involuntary manslaughter because her son killed people. Wow. But guys, man, watch this.
And you are taking a live look at Jennifer Crumbley being led out of the courtroom back in handcuffs after the jury has found her guilty of involuntary manslaughter. All of this happening in a matter of moments. But again, this is historic and unprecedented, as Jennifer Crumbley is the first parent charged in connection to a deadly school shooting. She was charged with involuntary manslaughter after her son, Ethan Crumbley, killed 4 students in 2021. And again, this entire case centering around whether a parent can be held responsible. The jury has found her held responsible for her actions or perhaps inactions in connection to her son's mass school shooting.
Now, again, man, this one thing if the parent knew about the event. They knew it was going to happen, and they said, yeah, here's a gun, here's a knife, do whatever you want. We don't care. That's one thing. But again, that did not happen. The parent didn't know. The parent had no idea. So the son, Ethan, he took a gun, stole a gun, and went into the school and shot up and killed 4 students. And we're going to hold, and they held him accountable. They held him guilty, found him guilty as an adult for this. And the mother was found guilty of manslaughter, of involuntary manslaughter. It's like, now, if you held him accountable, if you found him guilty as an adult, which means, man, he knew damn well what he was doing. He knew damn well. And you found him guilty as an adult. And then you find the parent guilty of involuntary manslaughter. That makes no sense. At least to me, it makes no sense to me. Again, man, this kind of stuff happens all the time in the ghetto. I mean, again, kids kill other kids. They fight, they shoot each other, they do whatever, they steal things, they jump on cars, they loot, they do whatever they want to do. And again, do we hold the parents accountable? No, we don't. And maybe we should in some of those cases, but we don't. We don't hold a parent accountable in any of those communities. We don't. Why? And why do we find this mother guilty? Why? And now they're going after the father. But why? Because again, they're white. They're white, and they want to make a point They want to make a precedent. They want to say, hey, look, you know what? You can be held accountable for your child killing somebody. So again, do you really want guns around? Because you can be held accountable for a murder that you did not commit. You had no idea. And again, man, I'm not saying these parents weren't neglectful. They weren't the best parents. Of course not. I mean, it definitely doesn't seem that way. But guys, man, we have to be honest. Manslaughter, involuntary manslaughter? Really? I don't think so. I don't think so. You know, again, you're holding somebody accountable for something they knew nothing about. They had no idea it was going to happen. Again, you can't stop something. You have no idea that's going to happen. And you're holding the parent accountable. When you're 15, no offense, but when somebody's 15, it's very hard to kind of figure out what they're going to do and stop them. You know, again, especially if you don't have a good relationship with your kid, it's very hard to figure out what's going to happen. But again, they went after the parents. They went after the mother. They found her guilty. And again, man, it blows my mind because it tells me that, hey, look, man, we're going after you. We're coming after the guns. We're coming after this. Because again, why would you want guns to be out there? Because again, you could be held accountable for somebody's murder, even though you had no idea that it was being planned. You had no idea that it was going to take place beforehand. At that, again, that's really scary. But guys, I'm going to show you a clip from Jesse Lee Pearson's radio show. But guys, watch this.
It's about taking away our rights to bear arms. That's number one. It's all about that, number one. And then it's about getting rid of white people. They can use white people for whatever bad to get rid of them because they're tired. It's on white people right now. And black people are killing each other every day with guns. Yeah. Every day, all day, night, day, yesterday, tomorrow, and the day after.
And their parents aren't.
And then no parent going to jail, no parents mentioned, no parents anything. And I was thinking about that story of that white guy in New York who was on the train.
Right.
And these black people were fighting, and somebody was killed or died. And look how they trying to punish this guy when everybody else doing the same thing, non-white people, and they walking right in and out of jail. No problem. It's about the Second Amendment, and it's about punishing whites.
Yeah, Jesse is right. Jesse is right. I mean, again, they're going after the guns because, again, you don't want to be held accountable for a murder that you didn't commit, that you didn't even know about. You don't want to be held accountable. So again, the best way to make sure you don't is to get rid of the guns. And again, leftist parents are going to be like, oh yeah, let's get rid of the guns. Because again, when our teenage trans son or daughter or whoever decides to go berserk, again, we don't want to be held accountable. We don't want to be held accountable. So guess what? Get rid of the guns. And again, they're going after the white parents. Because again, we know in the inner city, you know, the youth, there's much more of a higher crime rate in the city with those kids, much higher. You know, again, man, they kill people, they shoot people, they rape people, they jump on cars, they beat people up. You know, again, they set things on fire. They do whatever. Again, because they're disadvantaged youth. Why not hold their parents accountable for what they're doing? Oh, we can't do that. They're black and brown. They're black and brown. And we would be racist if we held them accountable. So again, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. So again, they're going after the Second Amendment by way of white parents. They're trying to really get at the white and leftist parents. That's what they're doing. But anyways, guys, if you would, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. Thanks. You son of a.